Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little watch out like 2 chains. I done swerved in a new lane. Bang at the grit, do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't, no it ain't. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made it some. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
There we go now.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to get him for a loss of 5. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Bunch right, bunch right, bunch right.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Cole. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Sunday, Sunday. Hey, hold it. Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Justin Houston leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Throw left. 372.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And out come the Chiefs now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A very solid gain of 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now here's Mahomes. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
54 right here. Move.
On second down, here's Fournette. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Spread right, 72.
On third down, that's Grant. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They do go for it. It's Bortles. With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, quite a few teams this past week in the NFL were playing with new quarterbacks, guys that have been in the league, but in a new uniform, and they had quite a bit of success. You noted some of them. Who'd you have down?
It's really incredible success when you think about it. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, 1. Case Keenum in Denver, 1. Alex Smith with Washington, 1 at Arizona. Pat Mahomes, he started one game last year, but it was really a throwaway. His true debut.
And cooked it up. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
After the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0. So right, so right. Switch.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Speaking of Kareem Hunt, his opener against L.A. this year, a little bit quieter than his opener last year against New England when he burst onto the scenes with 246 yards of total offense and 3 scores. But still, you're going to have to deal with Kareem Hunt all year if you're trying to contain this KC offense.
Yeah, he's a little more modest rushing total, 49 yards on 16 carries. Result was the same, though, an excellent road win. And you're right about that. You're going to have to keep your eyes on Kareem Hunt and game plan for him, because if you don't, he'll shred you running the football and catching it out of the backfield. But his presence opened things up for Tyreek Hill, didn't it?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Hey, spread right, smack. Move. 372. Throw left. Hey,
a final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
Lucy.
To throw is Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
372.
On 1st down, Bortles got his man complete over the middle. It's Paul, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Bortles. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Bortles to throw once more. Forced out to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing now is Mahomes. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hill. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense, There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Corey Grant punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. CD, looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin. Had their chances and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Hunch right. Oh, here we go. Omaha.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back now in Jacksonville. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And they'll go on the ground. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Lambo will put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Slow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 10 more there and another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They get it to him running left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Hunt. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort.
Money back. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back. sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. They be late, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. They be taking everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you gon' your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Bortles now on first down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. On first and 10, here's Bortles. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Bortles trying the option to the right. He can run for it, and he will. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Sean Lee coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Lucy.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Elliott in week 1, that loss to Carolina, he had 15 carries, 69 yards. He did have a score as well.
The Cowboys' offensive line, tight ends, they have to spend a lot of time in practice now working against loaded boxes. All right, I'm not just talking about 7. I may not even be talking about 8. I'm talking about maybe 9 that'll be in that box until the Cowboys show they can hurt people downfield throwing the football. He's going to have to not just get what's blocked in terms of yardage. He's got to create his own yardage with his runs.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Prescott now. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Sunday.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. To throw is Bortles. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. A spin. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he's got Moncrief. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Bortles to throw on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 22. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. From the gun, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we got a second here to look back to week 1. A handful of nice road wins. The biggest surprise, no doubt, CD. How about Tampa Bay winning at New Orleans?
Yeah, that was a big one because I'm not sure how many people really expected that. We looked at the schedule in preseason and thought, oh, my God, for Tampa. At New Orleans, at home for Philadelphia, home for Pittsburgh. I figured an 0-3 start. If they won one of them, it would be great. Well, they got it on Sunday, winning at New Orleans. Washington at Arizona, Cincinnati at Indianapolis, Kansas City at the Chargers. All of them had big wins in week 1. But didn't you think Chicago was going to pull it out?
Oh, that was going to be a stunner. And if Chicago and the Saints had won, some elimination pools wouldn't have had many people left.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers showed up, and poor Chicago went home with an L.
Prescott now, option right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From midfield, here's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. On first down, Bortles. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off. Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2. Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Marcel Darius with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this one is incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. Oh, and now he bowls him over. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case,
this is caught at the 20. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 54 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now Doug Marrone not even hesitating. They're going to go for 2.
11.
Corral's going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second down, Prescott. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Bortles, eluding the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Dante Moncrief from 13 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Bortles now to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go to Elliott again. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Where when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, Oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Jackson bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Prescott to throw it. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he's got some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 81 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. When they dialed up that fourth down run, something tells me they didn't envision it hitting all the way up in the end zone.
No, I think you're right about that. But how many times do we witness short yardage runs, stacked defensive front, everyone pressing the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, there's not much help on the backside there.
You pop through, there's no one back there, and we just witnessed it there. A long sprint to the end zone. Probably looking around wondering, where did everyone go?
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fournette, a first down carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's go, let's go. Spread right, 72.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
He may try and run for this. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Incomplete. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
But one of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Elliott. And some room to run now. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another
rush coming, and he's taken down. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles going to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Bortles. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Back to throw, Bortles. This is caught, and he's brought down after a good game. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now Bortles. That's caught at the 3. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Bortles to throw. Rolling to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.